and welcome to Casual Leaves. So today I want to talk about some plants that I've had new in my collection, and they've been there for a while, but I haven't really spoken about them. They've been there, and you can see one here waiting to be spoken of. So they've been there for a while, but maybe I felt that they were not enough by one of them, like individually to be spoken of one by one. So I thought I'll combine them, and they've just been living in the collection. They've been there for a few months. Some have been there for a few months. Some are very new. Maybe a month back I got them, and I thought I'll talk about them today. They have settled down. They're doing fine. They're doing well. Most of the times you get a new plant and then you really wonder, will it do well? And especially before you put it on a video, because most of the times it happens that we get a new plant, it looks all good, and after a few months it's not there. It's gone. They don't do well in the conditions we have at home. So I was waiting for these plants to do well and then talk about them. I thought today's a good day to see them and see how they're doing. I have one of them here, and there are two of them in the greenhouse cabinet. So let's start with it. So the first one I want to talk about is this beautiful Hoya. It's a Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen. Carnosa because it's a cultivar of Carnosa, otherwise it's commonly known as Crimson Queen, and there's a very evident reason for it to be called that, which is the pinkish leaves the plant gets, which right now I don't have, because initially they are pinkish in color and then they convert into these beautiful cream, almost white leaves, which are just so pretty. I'll just remove this so that I can show you better. So when I got the plant, and I will insert the pictures from the day I got it, I hope I have it still, but these white leaves were not there. There were some, and then there were really beautiful pink, like a fuchsia pink kind of leaves on them, similar to, even darker actually than the color of the stem you see. So even the stem color is pinkish, and eventually as they mature they turn into this beautiful cream color. And I want to show this one. This is just so pretty. They really have these thick waxy leaves, which is what Hoya is known for, and honestly I wouldn't understand why people like Hoya so much until I got one. And you have to touch it. You have to touch it and feel it to experience what it really feels like to have a Hoya. And definitely recommended. Not just this, but this is a good starter Hoya, I feel. It's very easy. You don't really need to do much. I have just watered it, put a basic NPK fertilizer at times, and it's been doing well. It has been growing. I am waiting for it to get a peduncle sometime for its flowering to happen, which of course takes time. Hoyas take a lot of time to give flowers, give blooms, maybe a year or more. In fact, like really mature plants will give you blooms. And the special thing about the blooms of this Hoya is that they have a very sweet fragrance. What I have read is it's a vanilla and a chocolate kind of fragrance that you get, and it gets really heightened by the evenings. So I'm waiting for that to happen. I do want to show these really huge leaves which are there. So just imagine that this is almost like a 5-inch leaf, 4-5 inches, and it's just so thick. It's like a cardboard literally. There's another one here. I don't know if I can show it. This one, all of them actually, like look at this one. Look at all these leaves. So it's very beautiful because of the striking variegation. They look really nice in a collection, just to create a good vibe, a really characterized spot in your home. They look really pretty, and for the cost of it, I think it's totally worth it. They aren't really expensive, is what I want to say. They are affordable. They are healthy, they do well. All of this is actually new growth. When I put my video from the earlier time when I got it, you can compare it, and I will insert some close-ups of the leaves because they deserve having a look at. And yeah, you should try and keep your Hoyas clean. I have just used a wet cloth to wipe the leaves one by one, and they really like that. They like to breathe. They need to have clean leaves because of the nature of the leaves. They are waxy leaves and dust settle down on them. So it's ideal that you keep cleaning them, and they create a beautiful cascading effect, like a trailing plant effect, but can be trained to climb is what I've read. Apart from that, yeah, I think those are the few things that describe this plant, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next plant I've been wanting it since the very beginning, and I tried finding it a couple of times, and when it got available I was out of budgets to buy it. But in a recent visit near my home, not so near, a bit far away but oakish, a nursery away, I found, in fact this is a nursery from where I got my cacti, so I got it from there, and that plant is this little beautiful philodendron, which is, if you can guess by now, SP Columbia. So it's a small plant, and I love it. This is the newest leaf which I got after I purchased it, so I'm really happy that it started doing well in my home, in the IKEA greenhouse cabinet, of course, because philodendrons haven't really done well for me at all in my house so far. No matter what I do, they always suffer because they need really high humidity, and that's something which I have always struggled with. But with the greenhouse cabinet, it makes a ton of a difference. Just want to show the leaves. So philodendron SP Columbia is actually famous for its pillowy leaves. As you can see, there are these raised kind of sections to the leaf, which gives it a very pillowy feel, like a very bouncy, bumpy kind of a texture, which is really beautiful. And these leaves can get really huge. This is a very small plant, but these leaves can grow very, very big, like more than a feet big and wide, big heart-shaped leaves, very fluffy, very nice to touch, and they do get a sheen on them, like a bluish silvery kind of a sheen, if you can see that. So initially, of course, they are green, light green, and as they mature it becomes a bit darker with a little shade of silver and blue. At least I kind of feel that way. And there is a new leaf on the way. Let me show you. Yeah, there it is. So waiting for that one to come out. Seems a little bit stuck, but should be okay. It should come out on its own. And again, it's a small plant. I got this maybe a month and a half back, and it's been adjusting well in the cabinet. I think it did get affected a bit by spider mites, because there are spider mites in my middle section here in all my locasias right now. But I treated it, and right now it's fine. I guess because it has slightly thickish leaves, so it should be okay. But I will continue treating it nevertheless, like a little prevention sort of a thing. And yeah, I just watered it yesterday, the first time actually in a month when I got it. I haven't watered it otherwise. So that's my philodendron SP Columbia. And for my third plant, which is another new plant in my collection, since maybe this one's been there for maybe 2-3 months now, and this one is a very it's a famous joke for these kind of plants, that if you want to torture yourself and you really want to get depressed, please buy this plant, because this is a calathea, and calatheas are very tough to have, and honestly I don't know why they are there. But they are very pretty. Calatheas are very pretty. It's just that they are very, very tricky to have. They are very dramatic, they are sensitive, and they need a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, which is humidity, and a lot of care. You can't just like leave it like other plants. So this is my third plant, which is my pinstripe calathea, and it's so pretty. These are known for their ornamental value, because they look really pretty with the pinkish veins, like a pink pinstripe on leaves. So as you can see here, they have a pinkish tinge, which of course with time becomes more whitish. So when the leaves are new, they are more pinkish in color, and have these beautiful backsides, which are like a burgundy color. So very pretty backsides. No matter where you keep this plant, it is always looking pretty. Try to focus better. So that this really, really cool dark side, and this one is suffering from something. I don't know if it is spider mites or it is mealy bugs, but there's some sticky white thing on it which is not yet like a webbing. But so I treated it with neem oil. I think it's spider only. So I think my entire cabinet is having spider mites. But the thing is that I've stopped bothering anymore. I just treat the plants as needed and that's all, because they always come back. But anyway, so this is a pinstripe calathea, and interesting thing about this plant and calatheas, and I've noticed it on this one, is that they have this mechanism, like they're prayer plants, right? So they have the mechanism where they close the leaves by night and open them in the morning. So like you see these prayer hand kind of things that they opened up, the hands have opened up to collect the sunlight, to collect the light, and at night they close and the plant goes like all vertical and it sleeps to save itself from the moonlight, is what they say. In which, in my case, of course, which is the grow light. But I've seen that happen. In the morning when I woke up today, this plant was all straight. It was sleeping. The hands were folded, and now they have opened up. So it's very pretty. I will insert some close-up of each plant that I've shown today, so you can get a very cool look, because they deserve that. So, like I said, calatheas are very dramatic. You can see a few of the tips have browned already, though I think it's still very good, in a good condition. Typically calatheas very soon, very immediately start crisping up, no matter how much humidity, so the watering pattern has to be very, very consistent. You have to be on top of everything with this plant, or it just won't do well no matter what you try. It's a known fact. The only thing I am struggling with right now is new growth. So the plant seems to be doing fine. There were, I think, this one new leaf which came after I got the plant, and that's it. So I haven't seen any new growth on it. So if you guys do have any tips on how to get growth on calatheas, what kind of fertilizer it needs, please do tell me. I'm unaware, and I don't really want to get into calathea so much, so I've not gone about researching or reading much on it, but because I just have one, so I don't have the time to invest right now to find out much more about them. But nevertheless, it was, by the way, my partner's choice. He's the one who picked this plant. He liked it out of all the other ones, and that's specifically because it's a very arty plant. It's called a live art, is what I read. It's like a live art, this plant. This and any of the calatheas, if you see, they're really beautiful striking patterns. So yeah, that's my pinstripe calathea. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me and seeing my new plants. This Hoya, I just wanted to add a point that right now this and my Hoya Wilburgraves are the only two Hoyas I have. I used to have a Hoya Hindu rope, but unfortunately time didn't do well with it. Or maybe I don't know, I just couldn't really take care of it and it's not there now. But I hope I can add a good Hoya Hindu rope to my collection. I want a Hoya linearis from the longest time. That's the other Hoya I want. And actually there's so many more. I actually need to sit down and make a list of which Hoyas I want. And calatheas, no, I don't think I'm going to add more calatheas anytime soon, at least. Maybe later, if I have good space for them, because my greenhouse cabinet is it'd rather be filled with philodendrons and alocaceas and anthuriums, but calathea is not yet. And of course, philodendron SP Columbia is most welcome there, and I would love to have a philodendron gloriosum soon. And let's see which other philodendrons I would like to add. There are many in the list. Maybe I will do a wish list video soon to capture the plants which are really top in the list, but not just me, for everyone. It'll be good to have a look at them. And thank you so much if you watched the video till the end. It means a lot, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.